What is going on, everybody? Sorry for the delay. We're trying to get Smark still in here. I don't know what's going on with Restream lately, but it doesn't seem to be working very well for us. But we are trying. We've tried a few different ways tonight that just aren't not fucking working. But we're gonna try to get Smark in here in just a few minutes, folks. He's trying right now. Here, let me tell him I'm in Restream. And we'll see what he wants to try. He's going to try to get in here a few times, folks. Hopefully he does. I always appreciate when Smark is in here. It's easier, much easier. I got someone to talk to. So here we go. He's trying to get in right now. Problem lately has been either he can't see me or I can see him. I can hear him.
It's remote for God work.
Wait, can you see me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
No lag right now.
No.
Then we're doing good. All right. Cool. I have everything behind me shut off. So, like in the computer. So hopefully this will run better. There's actually one thing I want to go ahead and shut down real quick. That'll help even more. There we go. All right. And I think we're good here, Smark.
Yeah.
I think we're good. Hell yeah. I just went live. I just played the intro. Haven't talked about anything, but Smark, good to see you. I'm glad. I'm sorry we had a little issue last week, but I'm glad you.
I feel like I'm in the
you
Green Mile.
It was.
I feel like I'm in the Green Mile. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired.
I'm tired, boss. I'm so tired. I know. I tell my wife that all the time. I'm tired. Don't tired. I actually love that movie. I forget that it's like a 3+ hour movie when I watch it though. Until I pull it up and I'm like, oh geez, fuck it, got to do it. It's a great movie, man. Really is a good movie. It's a good story. But yeah, folks, it is Thursday. It's a little late, but we're here anyway. This is a wrestling outlet. I am Boxman. Across from me is this gorgeous man right there. Right there he is.
Voice of Generation, Smart Wahlberg. And this is what happens apparently when I show up on time. So next week we're going to do, I'm going to roll in at like 9:32 and we'll be good.
There you go. We'll just, kick it off whenever. But we've got plenty to fucking talk about tonight, guys. And I got to be honest, with all the political shit going on, I had a couple stories that had some politics tied into it, and I fucking got rid of them. You know what? We just don't need it on this. This is supposed to be where y'all get away from that shit. So let's leave it at that as much as we can. And I did. I had the whole Brody King stuff and a few things with him and some guy boycotting AEW, whatever. Probably never watched it in the first place. Probably watches it on a fucking stolen stream, and it won't matter to anyone. But anyway.
Well, the problem is that they're not in charge of what airs during the commercial breaks.
And there's a funny thing. I also, because I was going to mention, there were commercials for Ice on NXT also. So it's not just AEW, and you're right, it's the network. Tony Khan probably doesn't know who. Yeah, he probably doesn't know who his advertisers are until he watches his own show back.
My problem has been for the last probably about 4 to 5 months now has been with the network, and by the network I mean the fact that they're fucking still using the guy that used to be with the network and using W on commentary.
Yeah. He's all over this fucking show now, man. I'll tell you the truth. He's all over this fucking show. He's got fucking, Jesus Christ. They're like the fucking Warriors. 9 guys, no weapons.
Ooh,
that's it, man.
Maybe they could sign that guy from that promotion where fucking Raja Jackson got arrested and that had fucking dressed up like a baseball fury anyway.
Well, you said the network. His name was Cyrus.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. You know what Cyrus used to say? Can you dig it?
I would actually I'd much rather they use that guy. I like that guy.
The guy from the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'd have to dig him up.
No.
Yeah, he passed. He passed. Not most of the guys from that movie are still alive, but he actually did pass. So
They could use Ice-T. He fucking was that guy in the music video for D12's fight music. He played. It was like Warriors theme. He played the Cyrus character.
he did. I saw that. That's pretty goddamn cool. I like that. That was pretty good. I am a huge fan of the Warriors. I probably watched it way more than I'm supposed to. So that movie is 1970, and it's still awesome today. And it's crazy to think 4 guys from that movie were in 48 hours. 4. One is technically uncredited in the Warriors, but the guy who played Billy Bear in Predator, I think he was actually Billy Bear in 48 Hours, was the cop that got his knees taken out in the Warriors. Have you seen the Warriors?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Remember when I think it was Fox threw the baseball bat, maybe it was Swan, I forget, took out the cop's knees? That was Billy Bear. That was Billy Bear. So he was in it. He was in 48 Hours. David Patrick Kelly, obviously in 48 Hours. The guy who was Ajax, James Remar, in 48 Hours. He was Gans. And when David Patrick Kelly is going to get his car out, there's the little pussy boy from the Warriors in the stand. Rembrandt, that was his name in the Warriors. So there you go. Little Warriors 48 Hours factoid for you.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case anyone gives a shit about that, which probably they don't. But anyway, folks, been a crazy week all around, everything going on. Not to be political, but I hope that because I said we weren't going to, but I do hope that this end of the war is true and everybody holds to it, and there is no more bloodshed. That'd be a good thing. I do want to say that real quick. I am Jewish, and with Israel involved in the war and Palestine and everybody, and I do want to at least acknowledge that hopefully this peace treaty is going to go through and everything's going to be over. That'd be fucking awesome, man. That'd be fucking awesome for everybody on both sides. I'm not picking a side here, folks. I haven't even discussed that, and I'm not going to. But yeah, I'm not picking a side. I just hope that there is peace on all sides, because Egypt was involved in that too, and a lot of other countries. So on all fronts, I hope there's peace. And let's get on with fucking wrestling now. That's what we're going to go ahead and do. So Nielsen, folks, has changed the ratings, and some people are freaking the fuck out, Smark.
Yeah.
Oh, believe it or not, some people are. So Nielsen's changed the ratings, and I think this was something that they were actually talking about doing last year, and it never got implemented. But as of September 1st of this year, so last month, this was implemented. So they're going from a panel only, which I guess is some sort of Nielsen box. I don't know. Have you ever been a Nielsen home before, Smart?
Technically not in terms of television, but actually in terms of radio. So not exactly the same thing, not one for one, but did the radio survey, didn't do the television survey, wasn't ever invited to participate.
All right, but you all right, so you've been a part of Nielsen, just not the TV part. Okay, that's cool though. So what they've done is they've gone from just the panel, which like I said, I believe is a box or something, to a new big data plus panel. So what they're going to do is they've shifted from just the panel to taking all the data from the panels, plus they're going to take data from streaming. Actually, they're going to do it from smart TVs mostly and some set-top boxes. So they're just adding to where they're getting a lot of their data from. Now, they're hoping what comes along with this is more accurate data, increased advertising value. Obviously, viewership data is going to get people more advertisers. The more viewers you have, the more advertisers you get. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, right, Smart?
Mm-hmm.
I agree. And they're just hoping that they get a lot of better insights for content on their end, so they can see what's going on, and they want to see what impact they're having on sports and live content and things like that. So, to dig a little deeper into what these ratings might look like, Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics Smart decided he was going to show you what they would look like. So here we go. This is them right here. Let's get me and you on the side here, not on that side. This is where I wanted us. So as you can see here, you got NXT, and what you're seeing in blue is panel only, the old school, and then big data, which is also including both. Bro, what?
Just big data just sounds like something like a part of a conspiracy theory type video. It's like big data is trying to fucking brainwash your children.
It just sounds like a Vietnamese girl is trying to be sexy. What you want, big data? Huh? Whatever. Y'all want to kill me for that one? I don't give a flying fuck. It was funny. Fuck you. Okay.
The sports show has now merged with the wrestling show in terms of the Asian.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a big part of tits, and now it's here.
There you go. Hey, listen, I had to get one out. I was told if it's funny, it's not. That it's okay to do that. So anyway, you see here
the joke is fine, but also the fact that you said you felt like you had to get one out after doing that voice makes me think. I mean, hey, we've all traveled abroad, as it were.
No, it's not like I was holding one back or anything. I just it came to my mind when you said it. It's just. Anyway, so we see here NXT with just panel only, it's 707K. With big data involved, it does go down a little bit to 617. It goes down about 13%.
I like how it gets worse when you factor in streaming. Like, I don't understand how that would work. I feel like it would at least get a slight bump, but it's like, actually, no, less people are watching.
Well, I think this would deal with time of viewership. I think that's where it would come in, is length of viewership. Now, I got to be honest with you guys. I've never looked at these stats before, but holy shit. Fox News. Wow. I'll do it with big data involved. 3.49 million for Jesse Waters. Unbelievable. 3.28 for Gutfeld and 2.7 for Hannity. Holy fuck, man. And then we go to MLB Weekday, 1.16 million, and it went up. It went up 12% to 1.30 million. That's pretty good. Now AEW went down 13% also, from 638 to 554. So it looks like, to be honest with you, the most impacted is wrestling and South Park. Unfortunately, folks, I apologize, but it looks like South Park also is affected, because that went down 10% too. But who's to say by the time these ratings don't go out, those people don't go back and watch the rest of the episode or whatever. So, whatever. Now, we go take those same and we look at the 18 to 49 viewerships, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of does the same thing. NXT has the highest drop at 28%. on the Tuesday night, and then but once again, it does wrestling, NXT, and AEW. AEW's at a 20% drop from 0.34 to 0.11. They had the biggest drop. Actually, AEW Collision had the biggest rise at plus 26% with big data involved. So, or the new methodology, as they're calling it. So it just looks like it's just going to be, it's not that much difference. So we'll just have to see. And again, I don't know what this all includes. I don't know if it's only smart TVs, it's not all streaming services. So
I would imagine things like smart TVs and then stuff like YouTube TV, like Hulu TV, like just basically. I think if we had to crunch some numbers here and figure out why the wrestling shows and the sports shows are down on streaming, it's because people steal those.
No. Yeah.
I mean, right. I'm sure that there are sites out there, but I don't imagine that there's that many people that are out here watching like pirated versions of fucking Great Gutfeld. I'm sure they're out there, but just not quite as many.
Actually, you can download Fox Nation for free and watch all those network shows for free on their app. So you don't even have to steal it. Stealing it would almost be counterproductive. You can literally just if you have, something, but you literally can download the app and watch all those network news shows for free. The specials are what you have to pay for when you buy the whole app. Of course, I don't do that. But it just looks like we're going to have to wait a while on the... No, I don't have the Fox app. Why would I have the Fox Station app? Nothing I want to watch is on there. Nothing.
I've heard it advertised. Like, I must want to go through and download it just to see, it'd be like just plug in just random episodes of like Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives sandwiched in there as well.
Yeah.
In between political stuff.
I don't watch news. Folks, I encourage all of you to turn the news off. Go find independent reporters that are boots on the ground if you want to know what's going on in, say, Chicago or Portland or anywhere like that. Do not listen to the fucking news. They're all lying to pull their narrative. Every one of them. I'm not picking one out of another. All of them are lying to you. Go find people that are in Portland, that are in Chicago, that are watching what's going on. Do not listen to the news. Go find independent people that are in the shit, if you will. Whatever side you're on, go find people that are with you and follow them live streaming. Then you'll know what's going on, because the news is fucking lying to you. They're lying.
Send me a message on Facebook or Twitter. I'll get in contact with my uncle, or I'll just give you my uncle's phone number. You can call him. He doesn't work downtown directly, but...
The live streaming out there?
I mean, he works outside, so he's the garbage.
Fighting the good fight. Is he in Chicago? Because I know you were in Chicago.
Yeah, well, suburban, but yeah, I mean, basically same shit. Same streets, more or less.
But he's working in downtown, you said?
Nah, he might actually. I don't know. I don't know how far it is that he gets out there, because he works in sanitation, so it's a whole county. So I don't know how far that county stretches out.
Yeah. But I encourage everyone to turn the fucking news off and go find independent reporters. Support them, because they're out there actually trying to tell you what's really going on. And like I said, I don't give a shit where you're at, what side, it doesn't matter to me. But I encourage you to find independent news sources. Fuck the media, fuck the news, fuck them all. They're all liars. They're all pulling their agenda. They're all trying to get you to listen to them on this side or listen to them on that side. Blah. Be you. Go find someone that you like and follow them. That's what you should do.
Tell you what, it just has been the same since Cronkite retired. Am I right, brother?
That guy was the best, man. I'll tell you. Just gave it straight, played it straight. Sat there. Was good. I do remember those days when we'd hear Walter Cronkite break into the news for something going on.
listen to some Cronkite. I'd watch the Dick Cavett show. That was real humor.
Oh,
Not like this fucking trash these days.
you knew shit was going down when fucking Walter Cronkite popped up in the middle of fucking Price is Right or some shit. You're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Mm-hmm.
I was a kid. I was a little kid when that shit was going down. And trust me, I stayed home a lot of days trying to watch Price is Right. My mom finally caught on. I would start feeling a little better right around the Price is Right time, which I believe was 10 in the morning. So, Mama caught on. Mama caught on.
As one does.
What can I say? I love the Price is Right. Bob Barker, all those fucking hot models dancing around. Plinko, love Plinko, but I love Cliffhanger. Love that fucking game. That was one of my favorites. One of my favorites. But yeah. I did. I spent many a days just sitting at home trying to watch me some Price is Right, man. I used to love that show.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? I think it came on at night. The one with the whammies. Press Your Luck. Press Your Luck.
Yeah.
I think that actually still is on somewhere. I think like a game show network or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was another one that was awesome back in the 80s. That was a good one. It's not much different now. That was kind of a timeless one. What I didn't know is I didn't know Ryan Seacrest took over for Pat Sajak.
I don't know if I knew that either.
Well, I just taught you something, sir.
I hope this is not going to be on the final because I'm not going to write that one down.
No, you need to write that one down. You can thank me later for that one.
Fucking A. Okay.
So let's get into this one. This is a fun one, folks. We all know Andrade came back to AEW. Well, Meltzer had a few takes on it. And of course, Andrade is not the kind of guy that holds back, if you will. And he did not on this. Meltzer was basically saying that, he questioned his return to book him. A lot of people were questioning this guy just failed a bunch of wellness tests. Again, let me say this. No one knows why he failed those tests. This guy could have forgot to return in paperwork for a prescription. He could have not gone for a drug test. He could have done something stupid like that. We don't know. Everyone's like, fucking roided up. No, doesn't look too roided up to me, but hey, who am I? I ain't no doctor.
I think it's always an important reminder that when you think about whether or not somebody is or isn't roided up, that Raven got in trouble for doing steroids at WCW. So just keep that one in mind.
He did?
Mm-hmm.
He was in Wait a minute, WCW?
Yes, Raven.
Oh, true. But, I mean, not all.
Because he was the only person that I've ever seen that was on admitted to being on steroids. And I thought to myself, motherfucker, I hope you got your money back. Keep the receipt.
You still got to work out and put in the time. You can't just take steroids and go, I'm gonna get huge. No, it's not how it works. Not how. I don't think you forgot that part. You can't just take steroids, go drinking beers, and be like, everything's good. Everything's good. But
just sitting in the fucking corner of the Gold's Gym with the leather jacket on.
Yeah, just watching everybody else work out. But basically, everything Meltzer was saying that, Tony Khan keeps those wrestlers who leave the promotion on the sidelines. And basically, Andrade didn't hold back. Here was his tweet or X, I don't even know what they call him anymore, to Dave Meltzer. At Dave Meltzer 1. You talk too much shit without proof. And sir, I'll only tell you one thing. When my contract with AEW ended, I personally went man to man to thank Mr. Tony Khan for the opportunity to be in AEW, and that's all I'll tell you. If I wanted to talk more, I would wait a minute. If I wanted to talk more, I would show you that you're wrong about many things, but you keep killing the business. Yo lo deseo le mejor, which I believe means live your best life or something like that. Go live your best life or some shit like that is what it means in English. In other words, go fuck yourself nicely.
Yeah. Wish you the best, essentially.
Boy, I since this buyout, this TKO buyout with WWE and UFC, this endeavor, I guess you could call it, looks like they've really put the brakes on anyone talking to Dave Meltzer, because he has been either called out as being wrong, just plain been wrong, or been flat out called a liar on a lot of things WWE. It seems to me like he's not getting anything anymore, and what little he gets ain't right. So I don't know, man. I'd say I feel bad for the guy, but I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Listen, I hate to tell the guy, but if you're not getting the information anymore, you need to shift. You need to shift to something else. Go do more Japan stuff. Start covering more MLW. Don't just make shit up, because these wrestlers are calling you out now.
I thought you were going to say MLB. I was like, that would be a real fucking shift if he started covering baseball.
Oh God, I don't watch. He can do whatever he wants.
Well, Cubs, they're in the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
Did
not know I could do that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's like he's with us.
That'd be pretty fucking sweet.
I actually pushed the wrong button. Didn't realize that. But yeah, it just seems like Meltzer's getting called out a lot lately.
But it's also the fun thing is, like, nobody knows for sure whether he's telling the truth or not. So he could be telling the truth, and then the motherfucker should just be like, "You're lying," and it's like, well, you can't prove that he isn't lying, and you can't prove that he is lying. So.
See, and that's what I think it is. I think for a while these guys were just letting Meltzer get away with it. And maybe because they had a working relationship with Meltzer, maybe they did, I don't know, but it seems like WWE when under Vince did have a certain working relationship with Meltzer. I mean, Jesus Christ, Meltzer was on Donahue with Vince McMahon and others, but I mean, it seems like they had some sort of business relationship at least. So it just seems like it was all cut off, and he's just making shit up now, and the wrestlers are having no problems anymore just going, liar, you're wrong, liar. And I got to tell you, I'm here for it. I am. I'm here for this. I love this, because he needs to be called out every now and then. If he's making shit up, and people need to know.
I'm kind of on the other side of the spectrum, because I just want him to make more lies. I want his lies to become more elaborate, more entertaining. I want him to sort of take over the void that has been left with the passing of Hulk Hogan, where he's just outright making up shit that we all know didn't happen, but we just humor him anyway.
Just leave that to us, folks. We'll take care of that. We'll make shit up and give you bullshit racist commentary if you'd like. I mean, if you want it, we'll do it. I mean, if that's in demand, folks, let us know right here at Wrestling Outlet. Wrestling Outlet Pod, gmail.com.
Put it in the suggestion box.
Oh, really? Oh, there you go. Well, anyway. Yeah, I like that they're calling this guy out. I think they should do it every time they catch him in a lie. I hate to say that it's going to start ruining his revenue a little bit, but it probably will. But that's why he needs to. But that's why, I mean, look, who's getting the newsletter anymore?
That's why I don't think he'll suffer. Is the people that are actually paying for that shit are probably going to keep paying for that shit for some odd reason. Like, if you're at the point where you actually pay for people like fucking wrestling news, chances are you're probably not going to stop anytime soon.
I guess.
It's like the motherfuckers that look at newspapers. It's like you just, for whatever reason, you have some sort of a bond with an outdated medium that you're going to just keep rocking until the wheels fall off.
I don't even see newspapers in doctors' offices anymore, and I live in a fucking hick town.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't even see newspapers anymore.
From time to time.
Figured I would out. You figured you would out here because it's a really small town and just don't see them anywhere really. Just don't. We don't even have. There's not even payphones out here. I figured there would be payphones out here.
Sad times.
We do have 2 do-it-yourself car washes that don't work. I'll tell you the truth, man. If I ever like won the lottery, I'd buy those motherfuckers and fix them up. Those motherfuckers make money for nothing. What do you need? Water, soap, little wax, and a fucking vacuum that you go collect money out of once a week. That's it. So
machines.
these two both have vacuums outside. I've looked into it. It's ridiculous what they want for them, especially where they're located. But that's probably why they haven't sold. So that's money right there. That's one thing I've always wanted to do is buy a little DIY car wash like that. Just take care of it on the side, kind of a little side job. I always thought that'd be a good idea. So, all right, let's move on from Andrade. I guess we can do that. So, folks, it's coming up to be almost that time, folks. It's coming up to be almost John Cena's final match. That's right, sir. It is coming that time to be John Cena's final match. And everybody is wondering, who could it be? Who could it be? I don't know.
Who could it be now?
Who could it be now?
Yeah.
I like that song. I've said before, I like Men at Work. Good band. Colin Hay. Colin Hay is a great singer. Who can it be knocking at my door? Go away. Don't come around here no more. I like that song. That is good. I like I said, I like that band. That's fitting with WWE in Australia this week.
Oh, yeah. See, it ties in. It's all together.
That ties right in, Smart. That was fucking perfect. Perfect. So, everybody's wondering who's Cena's final. I mean, even we were talking about it, I believe, last week or the week before. I think last week before he jumped off, we were trying to wonder. But 2 weeks ago, we were definitely talking about it. And everybody's wondering who it could be. Well, a lot of people are mentioning Edge, of course, which is not happening, folks. Stop it. But a lot of people have kind of deducted, because of Meltzer, he's reporting the plan for Cena's final match is to face, the one, the only, the ring general himself, Gunther. I don't think I'd have a problem with this.
No, not at all.
I don't think anybody would. And I think this is one of the names me and you threw out there a couple weeks ago, who could be one of his final opponents. I think this is exactly one of the ones we threw out there. I think it's pretty. I think it would be this would be a fucking great match. This guy would chop the living shit out of Cena. Just imagine his last match. He walks out, chest red and bleeding, laying on the ground, gets up, puts over Gunther, It's almost like a fucking fairy tale ending for both of them.
So no, that'd be my only concern. Is like just because you think he's going to win doesn't mean he actually would. I could see them very much wanting to just have fucking his last match be a happy ending. He wins, he celebrates, he vanquishes the foe, all that bullshit.
Dude, the old heads would go fucking insane if Cena wins that last match. They would. Eric Bischoff would probably rip the Mark Henry would
No, he
probably
wouldn't.
fucking tear the fucking busted open and open. No, they wouldn't care. No, they would care. They would care. They
Oh,
would
they'd
care.
be mad about it, but not when it's time to like actually make the show and make the money.
Oh, I mean, please, yeah, absolutely. I mean, they'd still get their check would clear, but a lot of these old guys would be pissed. I think Cena is definitely going to lose his last match. I don't think he has any problems doing it. I don't think this isn't
I don't,
Tony Khan with Sting.
I don't think he has any problem doing it, but I could also just see it not happen. I could see just Triple H having different plans for it.
It would be pretty. I think. I mean, that would be a little controversial. I mean, that would be like on a Bret Hart level, you know, of delusional. I mean, I do consider Bret Hart a little delusional, to be honest with you.
And then the controversy keeps him talking.
Well, controversy creates cash, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I see Cena walking out, red chest, bloody chest, laying down, getting up, and the crowd gives him standing ovation. He cuts he'll probably cut an after show promo, and I love you. I'm gonna miss you. Look, this may be Cena's last time in the ring, but we know he's gonna make more appearances. We do know this. It may be a while before he does. I think he has a few upcoming movies to be working on right now. I mean, we know there's another Fast and Furious that's already working on, so one more. I can't believe there's going to be fucking so many of those movies. But anyway, I think this would be a good opponent, but I don't know. I don't see him. I think it would be pretty controversial if he did win that last match. I would love to. Boy, I'd love to see the outrage on a lot of those fucking old guys. That would be. It would be funny, at least.
I think it's gonna happen. Like I'm glad this is recorded and documented because like I feel like I'm one of the first people that's coming out and saying that that's what's gonna happen. Somebody actually does.
I've heard the scenario, but I don't think it's gonna happen. You could be right. I could be wrong. It happens all the time.
I mean, we'll see. Like it makes more sense to just have him put over new talent. That's the way it always happens. You go out, you put on younger talent. You know, you fucking set stage up for the future. But like, I could very easily see them like Triple H wanting to have this grand storybook finale that's stands home one more time, and then like you said, the controversy, people's talking about it, especially if there's going to be a fucking AEW show anywhere anytime near that. Because that would steal all of the thunder from anything that they're doing. Because it'd be what would be fucking dominating all the YouTube shows and all that, nonsense.
Now, what I could, the last match is like December 12th or something like that on a main event. Now, what I could see them doing, hold on here before I say anything. Let me get some dates here. Let's go down to old December. So that's going to be, oh no, that'll be the 13th. December, the 13th is a Saturday. I could see if Gunther did win, they'd be like, oh, Cena gets a rematch, and his last match is really going to be on the 29th of 29th of December on Raw, and then he loses.
Maybe
that I could see happening, but I don't know, man. I this would definitely be a good match between these two. And we know Cena can go out there and put on a good match with a guy like this. Look what he's done with Brock Lesnar in the past and other bigger guys. So we know it's not that Cena can't go out and do it, but I think this would be a great last opponent for him. Their styles are different yet meshable, I guess I could say.
Mm-hmm.
Yet probably would still have chemistry. So we'll see what happens with these guys. But I definitely would like to see this go down.
Same.
Most definitely would like to see that go down right there. So we'll see what happens. And again, this is Meltzer. Surprised Gunther didn't come on and say liar. You never know. He might still. So there you go with that. Now, jumped on Sports Illustrated today to see if there was any wrestling news because they actually have a little area of it. And I had seen this earlier, and I wasn't really sure if it was true or not. Then I went looking, and it was. So Santos Escobar, folks, we know Tuesday morning he became a free agent. I don't know if anyone knew that, but he did. His contract had expired, and there were rumors that that WWE was trying to negotiate with him. He didn't really want it. They weren't having good negotiations. Well, Tuesday morning, he's a free agent. By Wednesday, he had already re-signed with the company. They had already moved him to the alumni section, and then they had to move him right back Wednesday afternoon because he has re-signed with the company. And there you go. The LWO will continue. There you go. But Mike Johnson of Fightful? No, PW Insider. I apologize. Mike Johnson, the PW Insider, was one of the first to report it. And he said that Escobar and WWE put the pen to paper late on Tuesday, he said. WWE considered Escobar's creative concerns for his character and delivered a new offer at a higher rate than previously extended. It was then agreed to the new deal as he's officially back under contract with the company. Now, not sure I don't know what to believe anymore from anybody, to be honest with you, but I'm not quite sure that's how that would have gone down. I mean, not that I've really paid close attention to WWE, but are they using him very much? I don't think they are or were.
They said they considered. They didn't say they would actually change. What that just means is that they're going to pay him more money to not use him. So good for him.
They do this all the time. Oh, well, what they're going to do is they're going to bring him back. They're going to put some shitty title on him. It's going to last 2 weeks. Going to take it off him. They're going to fucking leave him alone. They're going to forget about him.
Probably.
And everyone else will forget too. They'll be like, oh, I forgot. He still works here? Cool. That's cool. So, I don't know. But he is back with the company. He wasn't gone very long. I think he's still under the alumni right now, but they just haven't moved him back.
For the life of me, I will not understand how Lucha Underground essentially gave you like so many different people as characters that you could have totally used once you signed those people, and then you just didn't. Like, I think there's, what is there, like, out of like everybody that was on their show, like 2 people roughly are still like getting pushes in any company, Ricochet and Pentagon.
But I think that whoever owned Lucha Underground had the rights to all those characters.
By name, I mean, you could still fucking same image, change the name up a little bit.
Well, I don't know. What's that? That one guy is still his same name that he was in. But that might be his real name. Angelico.
Mm-hmm.
He's still Angelico.
Angelico's still the same. I don't think he wrestles a lot, but I think Marty the Moth is still using his name.
Okay.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he posts a lot on Twitter, mainly about how much he misses Lucha Underground. But there was a guy that used to work there that's like still out on the indies using the same name.
Huh. All right. Ow. Still a few out there. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. All right. Well, got a couple of other small things to get into, and then we'll, once again, folks, we're going to keep the AEW recaps down to a much shorter time, much lower time. So there you go. Now, there's a lawsuit that was filed back in November of 2023 against who else but WWE and Vince McMahon and World Wrestling Entertainment. And this was filed by WWE shareholders. What they are alleging is that Vince McMahon manipulated the sale process to ensure he could retain control and a leadership position within the new company, despite other potential buyers possibly offering better value to shareholders. Plaintiffs claim that McMahon's decision to favor Endeavor was motivated by his belief that other buyers would have forced his departure due to allegations of sexual misconduct. No. The lawsuit seeks financial damages and other remedies. Real quick, in addition, no, that's good for that. So, we talked about this. You remember this one, Smart, back a while ago?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we did talk about this. So, she's not. So she is going to be deposed in this. Questions under oath. That's what deposed means. She's going to be one of the first, and that is going to be on October 24th of this month. So she's going to be the first one to be deposed because at the time, she was the co-CEO of the company, Stephanie was. So she's going to be involved with this too. They're going to have TKO CEO Ari Emanuel. He's going to be up for the deposition on December 2nd. Former WWE CFO Frank Riddick will be on October 28th, so a little bit after Stephanie. WWE Chief Operating Officer, their COO Brad Bloom, he's scheduled. They don't have a date for that. Nick Khan and Paul Levesque are both named as defendants, so they will both be deposed also. And former board members George Barrios and Michelle Wilson, who, when we talk about that story, these two were very prominent in that story because they were the two mainly giving complaints. And of course, already deposed was John Laurinaitis. Oh yeah, that's right, baby. People power.
I'm back.
Yeah, people power.
Go jump from the middle rope. Go break your leg, kid.
Oh,
middle rope kick. You've never done it. You'll do it now.
I think it's funny. Don Tony just figured out now in 2025 that John Laurinaitis reminds him of Super Dave Osborne. That really?
The Hockey Talk man was supposed to be based on that Elvis impersonator.
Said this for fucking years. He looks like fucking and sounds like Super Dave Osborne for fucking years. Since the hot tag, I've been saying this. He's, oh God, you're all gonna fucking agree with me. Oh yeah, fucking greaseball. Anyway,
I was watching WCW, and Sting kind of reminded me a bit of the Crow, because it was around the same time that the movies were coming out, and I was like, hey, wait a minute, dude.
Did you ever see that movie with that Lee kid?
He literally has to be the last person to figure that one out. Like, the only people that haven't figured that out are just people who don't know who one of those people are.
I used to stay up late to watch Super Dave with my dad. Fucking hilarious.
I've heard of him, and I've seen clips of him talking, and that's, like, about my extent of it. But even I knew that he sounded like fucking Super Dave Osborne.
Yeah, he was basically a comedic Evel Knievel. Is what he was. And that's basically, he was parodying an Evel Knievel. He would go out, he would do these stupid stunts, and he would always fuck them up in a funny way. He was awesome. And he would just go out there and do what he liked to do. He had a great time doing it, and it was always fun to watch. Now, this lawsuit also involves some subpoenas for documents from Vince McMahon's personal assistants, Paul and Michael Mangieri. I did not know he had a team of two brothers working as his personal assistants. That's just weird.
Yeah.
And what?
I was gonna say, I feel like he wouldn't be one to work with brothers.
Yeah. Brother.
Mm-hmm.
And also representatives from Liberty Media and private equity firm KKR.
Representatives with Liberty Mutual. Vince McMahon's just hanging out with the fucking emu from the Liberty commercial.
Emu. They're believed to have been potential bidders for WWE, and are also scheduled for more depositions. So as this goes on, we're going to start hearing more about the case, but a lot of people were very interested in the fact that Stephanie is going to be deposed, but she's mentioned the lawsuit. She had a lot to do with the company. Now, let's remember, right before all these sales went down with the company, Stephanie may have been part of the company. She had left the board. We all remember when Vince came back, she said bye. And I've speculated before, I think it's because she knew some of these allegations were coming down the line. I did a whole show that was on, unpublic knowledge or whatever it was of other things that were certainly coming down the road. And I think Stephanie knew what was coming down the road. So I don't see her being in any trouble here. She didn't negotiate the sale, so they just want to know what she knows under oath. That's all they're looking for.
I'm sure she'll tell the truth,
the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help her God.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely, she will. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see on that. But I'm looking to see if there's anything else on this that I need to tell you guys, and there isn't. Actually, Triple H on November 4th, Paul Levesque will be deposed, and on November 12th will be Vince McMahon. The news will be out there for that one.
Boy, do I hope that there's going to be audio excerpts of that.
Oh, I hope he's got his mustache back.
No, well, it takes a couple seconds and a Sharpie. Of course it'll be back.
I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache, the Boston blackhead kind, a two-tone Ricky Ricardo jacket, and an autographed picture of Andy the White.
I like his line of thinking, because he thinks that they got him dead to rights. So his the only way, his last line of defense is just to give him a Vincent Price mustache so people will think he's gay. It's I don't think that's going to work, amigo.
He didn't look gay. He looks like he should have a woman tied up to a railroad tracks with a top hat on going. That's what he looked like.
He's just leaning into the villain persona at this point.
That's what he looked like he should have been doing. That's what he should come out with. Big bar handle. Little bar handle mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Be up there and deposing himself. Yes. Just twisting it.
I want to hear what he has to say, because I think he's pretty much fucking pulling lost at this point. So I just like the idea that he's going to have to endure a line of questioning, and it might go in many different places, many of which far from the intended line of questioning, is going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, he's probably going to have a lot of I don't recalls. I can't remember. I was thinking of sex during that. I don't know. We're going to have a lot of crazy answers probably, but we'll see what happens with that. So another thing that we have been keeping up with is this Raja Jackson story. We all know what happened with him with Psycho Stu. Right. We all know what happened, right, Smark?
That's right.
That's right. We do. He went in. There was a receipt supposed to be given instead of a receipt. He dropped the guy on his head. He was unconscious. And he continued to beat the hell out of him. We played the video. We did all that. Everyone knows what happened. We don't have to get back into that. Well, we mentioned a couple weeks ago that he had been arrested and taken into custody and charged. We even played a couple of weeks ago David Otunga weighing in on this, talking about how he could possibly get 7 years. Guess who was right? The Harvard-educated lawyer, Mr. Otunga, was right. He is facing not only 7 years, but 7 years with 6 months tacked on. He's facing one count of felony, one felony count of battery with great bodily injury, and one misdemeanor count of battery. So the conviction on the felony charge could result in a sentence up to 7 years in prison, with the misdemeanor carrying a potential additional 6 months. So this is exactly what David Otunga was saying. If they add the great bodily injury, they could go for 7 years. So the plea was entered at a LA courthouse. His next court appearance will be in November. And there you go. So I got to tell you, I'm a little shocked that he was charged, that they're doing this. But I'm not I'm not disappointed. I'm actually happy that he was. I think he should be with what he did to that guy. I think he should be. I really do. So we're going to have to see what happens. Up to 7 years. Even if he got 7 years, he'd probably only do 3 to 4. Even with the felony, if he was, good behavior. Plus, they're always looking to clear out prisons. But that is usually of nonviolent offenders. So he could do a little extra time.
Maybe.
He could. It's usually nonviolent offenders they look to get out on good time, good behavior. Most of the time. But I guess we'll have to see what happens here. As it goes down the line in November, we'll definitely keep you informed. But I mean, I remember when we were first talking about this, I flat out said, I don't think anything's going to happen. I think he's going to go home and get away with it, and no one's going to do shit. But I'm thinking the internet outcry and the backlash might have had a little bit to do with it.
Maybe.
I'm thinking it might have had a little bit to do with it. And who knows? Maybe even the promotion was pushing to do it. But I don't know, man. I'm glad he got charged. I think he does need to pay something for what he did. I don't mean monetarily. I think he should go to jail for a few years for what he did. I mean, the guy was knocked out. Dude, and all of us have said, if he went in and threw the guy down and threw 1 or 2 punches and got off him and didn't know he was knocked out, all right. Adrenaline, he's not used to this shit. I could give you 10 different excuses on why that would be okay. But the guy just kept raining down blows on him. How can you not look and see that he's unconscious? If you're a fighter, you are calm in that situation. You are not seeing an adrenaline-filled, tunnel. That's not what he was seeing. I guarantee it. If he's a fighter, he knew what he was doing. He knew the guy was unconscious. He didn't give a fuck. My opinion.
I agree.
My opinion only. Thank you for
like we were talking about before. It's just a matter of, I feel like there's been so many different instances of just like his manhood, I guess, being tested. Between like there was, I think a couple days before that he got knocked out, like at a training session, where it seemed like they were maybe potentially targeting him because of his lineage. And then there's just all kinds of different reports about his dad Rampage being fucking hard on him and just calling him out and questioning his decisions, questioning his manhood and integrity and all that kind of bullshit. Not that necessarily justifies anything, but it's just saying got to the point where I felt like he felt like he needed to prove something, and It went a bit too far.
Well, then fine. That's all fine and good. Let all that come out in court. Let all that come out at sentencing, and let the fucking just judicial system do its job. We know the judicial system sucks anyway. This may go nowhere. Just because he's been charged doesn't mean he's automatically going to jail.
Right.
Let's be honest here. I think he should, but I'm not a judge. I am not on the jury, and I won't be. So I don't know, but I do think. I think even if he did a year, it would be some sort of penance for what happened out there. I do. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he got a year, because, like you said, there might have been some circumstances that may come out in court that we don't know. I will say the fact that there was alcohol involved during a wrestling show will be a factor, and they will definitely be pushing that in court.
For sure.
We're probably going to get old AJ Mana out there screaming and yelling, "I'm taking everybody down with me, motherfucker.
That's right.
If I die, you're all dying with me." So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll keep you informed as it goes along. We'll see what happens more in November, I guess. What's wrong, Mark?
It's so, that's what I love. Like, there are, not all of them, but there is a handful of wrestlers who are just only fit to be wrestlers. And like when they like reach the public circle, and they actually like have to talk as normal human beings, you get shit like what you were quoting that is just the most outlandish bullshit ever. Just AJ Man is screaming at the top of his lungs, "I'm taking all you motherfuckers with me." Like, no, you're not. No.
No. I ain't going nowhere with you, motherfucker. I'm sorry.
Like, that's the funniest part is because like the interview, he's doing it, he's talking to CT Fletcher, and like if you've ever watched any of the CT Fletcher videos, and I've shown you them, like you have to be a special kind of fucking insane to make CT Fletcher like calm and balanced by comparison.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I say that as somebody who absolutely loves CT Fletcher, but that's his whole gimmick, is that he fucking screams and his eyes are bulging out of his head and shit. You making him seem calm.
Speaking of that, real quick, just a sidetrack as we usually do. For the show, I was watching the original Kings of Comedy, and I realized something. I miss Bernie Mac. That guy was so motherfucking funny. That set he put on that show, I forgot how goddamn funny Bernie Mac could be. But my God, man, my stomach hurt after watching it.
Well, if you think about the fact that also, like at that time when all that happened, he was probably one of the least established of the crew. Like he was like most of everybody else that was on there had more stuff that was going on or had achieved more in their career at that point. But he was just better.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the headliner for that show. It didn't even dawn on me until I watched it. He was the headliner for that show.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I mean, what a great show, though. But I had forgot how fucking funny Bernie Mac was when he was doing stand up. So funny, just like his eyes bulging out, and he's telling the stories, and the little gay kid and everything. It was just, he's just hilarious, man. It was just so well done. I miss Bernie Mac. I really do. I didn't realize it until I watched that, but goddamn, do I miss that man. He was so goddamn funny. I still don't find D.L. Hughley funny. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I need to go back and actually watch that because I've heard rumors from people who I trust that there was a point in time where Steve Harvey was actually funny, and I don't believe it, but I'm willing to come into it with an open mind.
There was a time Steve Harvey was very funny on that show. He was more the MC of the show than an actual comedian on the show, but two of his sets were very long when he was doing it. But yeah, he did have a time where he was funny. But Cedric the Entertainer, funny. But I just don't find D.L. Hughley funny. I never have.
Hmm.
Never have. I don't know what it is. I don't know if his delivery or what it is. I just never found him funny. Never liked his show. Never watched it. Only movie he was funny in was Soul Plane, where he was the bathroom attendant. That's about it. So if he was a bathroom attendant in more movies, maybe I'd like him.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. So, all right, folks. Didn't have a very long show for you guys tonight, so I'm gonna go. I guess we'll go ahead and start knocking out a little bit of what little bit of AEW notes I've got here.
Hmm.
I kind of just did a few highlights, folks. Fuck it, we'll just have a nice shorter show tonight.
Condensed.
So we had Hangman and Samoa Joe out there smart for their face to face.
Yes.
I was not expecting this segment to go as long as it did. I was not expecting Hangman to read a novel to us. I mean, Jesus Christ. We didn't need this fucking drill. I did not like the segment. I got to be honest with you. Until Joe started talking, I was like, dude, okay, it's been fucking 5 minutes. Shut up. Shut up. Oh, I was confused. I was this, I was that. And it's like, you know what? Just let Joe talk because you just sound like a whiny little bitch.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, the idea that you'd be confused as to why somebody would be like up in your face and trying to confront you when you're the world champion is
Yeah.
like kind of like because you're the world champ. Like that's it. Like the whole idea is everybody's supposed to be gunning for you because you got a target strapped to your back. They've told that story in every fucking company for every champion, time and continuum.
Yeah. It's like a fucking cowboy. It's like a cow bitch,
Uh,
which is kind of a redundant statement. But anyway.
it's funny that you mentioned that because I was going to say that last week, but I didn't get the opportunity to. Is it like I don't feel like Joe gets enough credit for how good of a promo he is. Like people always talk about how menacing he sounds, but like as actual ability to deliver a good promo, he doesn't get enough credit because like the stuff that he took umbrage with last week that bled into this week. Like if it was anybody else, it would have sounded like such a whiny bitch. Like it sounded like some Miz type shit, honestly. Of like, you stole my thunder, like with the tag, and then you handed me the belt in a disrespectful way, and now I am mad at you. And it's like if that would have been anybody else, we would have been making fun of how fucking much, like you said, like a bitch they sounded. But it's Joe,
Yeah.
so like you just hear him talk, he's like, "Oh yeah, you did disrespect that man, and now you must pay." You're right.
Yeah. I just didn't expect this segment to go so long. I'm usually not waiting for a segment to end, but I was like, my God,
Just keeps
thank
turning
God
too
that
much.
I can fast forward through this because first of all, this show had a good overrun. It was like 2 hours and 16 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
The show had a decent overrun. Um, but yeah, it was a long, non-physical confrontation. Um, so that happened. We had John Moxley against Tomohiro Ishii. This was a pretty stiff, hard hitting fucking match between these two guys, which didn't surprise me at all.
What did you think of
But
the shadow puppet entrance before the match started with Moxley? It was like Moxley and Shafir, and they were like, she was like hyping them up, and you just see their silhouettes. Like it just kept reminding me of like that scene in Austin Powers where they're just like pulling things out of them in the tent, and it just becomes more and more elaborate.
that was was that the first one? I think it was the first one. Yeah, with Heather Graham.
Yeah, first or second, I think it was probably the
Second,
first one. I
second. The second one had Heather Graham wasn't in the first one. She was in the second one, I believe.
mm,
Yeah, so it was the second one. Nah, no big deal. But yeah, this was a pretty good match though between these two, which I think everybody thought it would be. I mean, it's Ishii's looking a little not as great as he used to, but it's still because of Moxley's style. I think this match actually fit Ishii, so not bad.
So the thing is, like, I started watching New Japan and like just on and off, like 2013 or so.
Mhm.
He's looked like that the entire time that I've
Mhm.
watched it. Like he's looked like an old man his entire life, but he's still fucking. He can still wrestle.
He can still fucking go. I'm still trying to figure out why they called this Title Tuesday when I think there was only 2 title matches. I don't know. Don't ask me. I just work here for free. Mm-hmm.
Well, it was
I just
singular
follow.
title Tuesday and
Understood.
not titles Tuesday, so I guess maybe that's why.
Yeah. Oh, that's your fucking cop out? That they actually gave you 2 title matches on title because it's a singular?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
I just picture
Wow.
I just
That's
picture
very
Tony Khan pulling the fucking Lionel Hutz move from The Simpsons. No money down? No, comma, money down! Exclamation mark.
that's very liberal of you, Smart.
Mm, that's right. In so many
Oh,
words.
what the fuck? Don't fucking give this man excuses. I'm gonna laugh so hard if someone asks him a question and he goes, "Well, the title is singular." I'm gonna fucking go, "You did it, Spark.
That's right. I'm expecting a
You
little
knew."
kickback if he starts using my defense in his press conferences.
Hell yeah, we'll beat the shit out of him for a fucking kickback. It won't be hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, we'll fucking shit. We got the audio to prove it, bitch.
That's right.
Hell yeah, we do. We got it. We got it right here. Oh, Fuzzy Bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair.
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh. There you go, Smark.
Apparently, we have all lost the Philadelphia Eagles. But yeah, apparently the Philadelphia Eagles getting their asses whooped by the Giants, who I believe had 1 win. The Eagles are 4-1. So, a bit of a surprise there.
Really? Oh,
Mm-hmm. And the Cubs are up 4-0 on the Brewers, so that's pretty sweet.
huh. So, Smart, let me ask you, since I talked about this last week and we're kind of in the middle of something. I mean, we're in the middle of AEW, but who gives a shit?
Sure.
Bad Bunny halftime. What do you think?
I don't mind it. Like, I watch football for the football game. Like, I've never really cared that much about the Super Bowl halftime show. I once famously had Dirk get mad at me because I said that watching the Prince being a part of the Super Bowl halftime show in the Super Bowl that the Bears lost to the Colts made me hate Prince for 10 years, which I swear to God is the God's honest truth. I was 16 at the time, so like,
Dude, that
I
was the
like him
greatest.
now.
That was the greatest fucking halftime show ever. That was the last halftime show I really sought out to watch.
It might have been, but like my team was losing, so the halftime show could have been. You could have brought Jenna Jackson back out there, full fucking titties. I wouldn't have cared. I would have been upset. I would have been surly.
Dude, he played Purple Rain in the rain. The
Mm-hmm.
lights were making the rain purple. He played Purple Rain in Purple Rain.
You should have played running back for the Chicago Bears, and we might have won the fucking game. Anyways, Purple Rain,
Yeah.
Purple Rain.
I'll tell you the truth. I was I don't know if you heard what I said last week. I'm happy for the guy. I am not going to I don't watch the Super Bowl, so I'm not going to let myself get upset over it. Um, I hope he puts on a fucking great show. I have no problems with it. I hope he fucking does great. I'll see clips of it after the Super Bowl. But it became quite a thing. And I think uh, Turning Point is putting on a halftime show of their own. Whatever. They're gonna have the Puppy Bowl, folks. That's what everyone really wants to see is the fucking Puppy Bowl. Do
I
they still do
can't
the
wait
Puppy
to
Bowl?
probably.
That's what I liked. I like the Puppy Bowl. No one cares about the big football players. Let's watch the puppies. I
Mm-hmm.
like cute little puppies running around playing football. It's way more interesting to me than the actual game.
It really kind of depends on who's playing for me, anyways. But You know,
I
this,
don't know. You give me adorable puppies running around playing with a football, I'm still happier than watching a football game.
I will say, like, the people that were just like, well, I don't know who he is. It's like, well, fucking A, if only there was a way that you could just get free fucking music at your fingertips and all you had to do was enter somebody's name. If only such a website, like, if only there was a YouTube or Spotify or you could steal his music. Like, there's all different ways. If you have 3 minutes of free time and you really wanted to know, you could check the man out. Now, I will say that I defended the decision for the most part. But in
Yeah.
lieu of recent events, and by recent events I mean that there's a photo surfaced online of him wearing a Packers hat. Fuck the man. Deport the man. I don't care if Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory.
He's
US
from the U.S.
Don't care. Deport him anyway. I don't care if Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. Fucking get rid of the man.
Oh my God.
Put him in an island. Put him on Epstein Island. I don't care. Fuck the man.
Puerto Rico is a fucking island. He's on an island already, Smart. This is redundant.
Then add land to the island. Make it no longer an island. Dry up the water.
Well,
No fish for him. He doesn't get to fish.
Tony,
He doesn't get to swim.
if you listen to Tony Hinchcliffe, it's not really an island anyway. But anyway, okay.
I do not.
It's floating garbage, according to Tony Hinchcliffe.
Well, aside from him being a Packers fan, I'm totally okay with the decision. But we're gonna need less Packers fans fucking infiltrating the media.
I like it. I think everybody thought I was supposed to be against it or going to be. I doesn't matter to me. I hope he goes out there and puts on a fucking badass show. I don't care if he sings in Spanish. I don't care because I like music. If the fucking music is good, I don't care what fucking language is in.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. If you are a fan of music, you really don't have to understand the words. You like to, but you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I got a feeling he'll knock out a song in English. He does speak English. He just hosted Saturday Night Live.
Mm-hmm.
So, I bet he covers something in English.
Mayhaps.
He'll probably. I think he will.
I'm more so excited to watch WWE fully play up any fucking association that they've had within the last 2 or 3 years during that time to make themselves look more relevant.
I see Fuzzy Bear said better call ICE. See, I hope that it's not true. I really hope they don't have ICE out there because that's going to make it a political fucking nightmare. Just let the guy go. Why are you going to have ICE there? The guy is not illegal. He is from a United States territory. No reason to have fucking ICE there. He did Happy Gilmore too, exactly, Fuzzy Bear. And he spoke English in the movie, I believe. So I think everybody's losing their mind over bullshit. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm going to say the news hypes this shit up so it pits you guys against each other. Stop watching the fucking news. Once again, go find independence. Fuck the news. So
people were at each other's throats over a fucking Gene commercial 2 months ago. Like it's not going to get any better, and it's not going to get any fucking less stupid.
Don't even get me started. You can't. I mean, please. You can't even be a fucking pretty blonde girl anymore. It's just horrible to be that. It's horrible.
I mean,
I'm sorry, Smark. You just can't be a pretty blonde girl anymore. You're beautiful and all, but
my time being a pretty blonde girl was memorable. When it lasted, it was fun while it lasted.
I understand. I get it.
You know, I used to be Kelly. A lot of people don't know that. Do that fucking back handspring moonsault gimmick, or not moonsault, the fucking back handspring back elbows. Pop.
As quoted from the movie Tropic Thunder, we're all gay once in a while. This is Hollywood, goddammit. Okay.
That's right.
I watched that over the weekend. I don't know why. I just decided to watch Tropic Thunder.
I've heard people list her as like an inspiration for like them becoming a wrestler, and every time I feel like Stone Cold in that fucking Tough Enough clip where the girl says it's a fucking Melina versus Alicia Fox or whatever match, just befuddled and angry,
and that girl still had a decent career.
She was in fucking AEW for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, she was. I don't remember, but she was.
She was. It was Pando time.
Yeah. All right. I guess speaking of AEW, sorry, let's jump back to the street fight between the Hurt Syndicate and the whatever these fucking guys are. The Demand. That's what they're calling themselves now.
Yeah.
Fuzzy Bear says pretty blonde girls aren't in right now. It's all about Hispanic women. Look, I said last week, big booty Latinas can all stay in this country. I don't want any of them to leave. Smark's 100% in. We are 100% in agreement on this shit. I'll tell you the truth. Before I moved here and met my wife, I was with a pretty voluptuous Colombian girl. Oh yeah, good times. So I mean, Jesus Christ, I lived in South Florida. Nothing but Hispanic women where I lived, dude. It was Hispanic women, it was Haitian women, it was Cuban women. Oh my God, it was South Florida is Latina heaven, dude. I mean, if you're into Latinas, move to South Florida. Just don't pay attention to the elderly people.
No one does.
No, not really. They keep to themselves, the elderly.
They keep to themselves. They're more afraid of you than you are of them.
They are. Yeah, they really are. No, to be honest with you, a lot of them have little they're in groups. They have handlers.
Handlers.
Yes. Stephanie Vickers definitely stay here. Absolutely.
I'm now getting a mental image of somebody just like walking an elderly person on those leashes that they use for the children that don't obey.
Yeah. Honestly, some of my most funny experiences in South Florida were with elderly people.
See, all people rule because, like, if you think about it, like the people that are at the nursing home, like, there's always like a lot of the nursing homes have like just massive amounts of like STDs because that's all they have time to do. Like, they just have all the time in the world now, and they're just out here fucking. So it's like, God bless them.
Just sneaking into each other's rooms, man. It's crazy, but
it just fucking Ben Gay fueled Caligula is what we got going on here, and it rules.
Yeah, but when I worked at a place, an oil change place, you know, they would go wait in the lobby, and you'd get in there. Man, I saw some crazy stuff in some of these guys' cars. I would see crazy stuff in some of these guys' cars, man. I got into one old guy's car. He had this old. It was a vet. You got an old guy in a vet. Now, I hated when they brought in Corvettes. Corvettes have a big crossbar underneath. You have to take the whole thing down to do an oil change. So you're taking out like 24 fucking nuts and bolts to do one fucking oil change. I get in this guy's car. All that's in there in the passenger seat is a rented porno tape from Monster Video right down the road from where I was working. A tube of KY, and a pack of condoms. Why would he need the condoms? This guy's definitely shooting blanks. But I've seen some crazy shit getting into these old people's cars, man, when I was there. You'd think they'd want to hide it, but they either don't care or don't remember. I think they don't give a fuck. No, I can't wait to get to that age where I'm just too old to give a shit. I'm getting there already.
I'm already there, and I am younger than you.
I think I'm at phase 1 of not giving a fuck is where I'm at right now. Phase 1 is where I'm at. Why have the Demand beat the why did they?
Syndicate at the pay-per-view only to have them lose? I'm trading wins. I'm gonna keep the feud going.
Exactly.
I like that the fucking Hurt Syndicate came out to dress in the street. Dressed for a street fight in fucking suits.
I was going to mention that. I thought that was a nice little touch too, that none of them came out in gear. They all came out like they just got to the fucking thing. Lashley's out there in a fucking, white button down shirt. I thought it was a nice little touch too, Smark. I'm glad you mentioned that because I wanted to bring that up too. I like that. I'm not sure everybody noticed that, but I'm glad you brought it up.
Like everybody in street fights, everybody is fucking jeans and t-shirt, jeans and t-shirt, jeans and t-shirt. Like it's actually an opportunity, depending on who you are, what your character is, to like further your character by dressing differently than just jeans and a t-shirt.
The funniest part of that match was where MVP is sitting there and he's having a sword fight with Ricochet, and he goes to kick Ricochet and proceeds to fall on his ass. When they were on the ramp, did you see that?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, man, he really has lost a couple steps, but I don't know, man. I still like MVP.
Well, yes, not MVP, but Lashley. I just say Lashley he fucking that little like spine buster choke slam thing he did to Ricochet at the end of the match. He fucking bounced him off that mat. That shit was intense.
Yeah, this was a brutal match, and Fuzzy Bear's agreeing with us. He said the fight in dress clothes was great. And that's a very small thing that probably not a lot. More people probably picked up on it than not, but it's a very small thing. But it really made the match better. Like Smark said, you've got a real opportunity there to show your character. And what's the point if you don't? And you're right. 90% of the time, 99% of the time, jeans and a fucking wife beater. Or jeans and a white t-shirt. You're 100% right. It's usually what they wear. It looks like they're all dressing like John Moxley for their fucking street fight. But yeah, this was a subtle little touch, and it worked out well for the match. We also on this show, and a highlight was the fact that we finally had Jurassic Express back in the ring. A lot of people not happy that they just brought back Jack Perry and threw him into this same gimmick that he was in. Look, he was a heel when he left, if you remember. The CM Punk thing sort of sidelined him, I guess you could say. But I see where people have a complaint. They did. They brought him back. They threw him into the same fucking gimmick as, the same, I guess you could call it, Jungle Boy. He doesn't want to be called that anymore. But they basically threw him right back into the same gimmick. And I can see the complaint. I get it. I totally get it. But I guess let's just see where it leads, because that's what everyone would say if it was WWE. Let's just see where it leads. Let's give it some time. And yes, after this match, they were in there against two enhancement talents. I don't think they ever mentioned the guys' names. I don't think they did. And then the Young Bucks came in after the match, and as Fuzzy Bear says, whipped that ass.
Indeed, they did.
And they did challenge Jurassic Express to a match at Wrestle Dream.
So, I'm gonna kick out a Young Bucks fucking begging Tony Khan to do another money match. Like, please, come on, we need it. We need the money. We're hard on luck. Come on, give us some money. I gotta
tell you, this is the best I've ever seen the Young Bucks. The broke Bucks are the best incarnation of the Young Bucks, because I was sick of them. Dude, we were talking like 2 years ago how we were sick of these motherfuckers. We didn't want to see him as heels. We didn't want to see him as baby faces. We actually wanted to see him to just go away for a while. And they did. But this is the best incarnation of them. They seem like they're having fun with it. And it's good. The broke Bucks are fun. So we'll see what happens, though. I'm sure they're going to accept for Wrestle Dream. We also had the Kyle versus Kyle match. That's right. Kyle Fletcher versus Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle Fletcher did, of course, retain his TNT championship in this match. This was a pretty damn good match, though. I'm just not the biggest fan of Kyle O'Reilly. I mean, just really not. So, but it was a good match between them. Of course, we had the Don Callis family coming down. The conglomeration came down. Another great promo by the conglomerate. That poor girl doesn't know what to do with Mark Briscoe, does she? When he starts going off like that, she has no clue what to do.
There's really nothing you can do. You sort of just step out of the way and let Mark Briscoe be Mark Briscoe.
I like when he does it, man. I just think
Like,
the guy's entertaining, funny.
like if you
Maybe it's
if you go
because
back and watch any of those Briscoe promos, Jay Briscoe didn't know what to do with Mark Briscoe. He just let him do his thing and then like got back and finished the promo off when he was done.
well, then I guess if you kind of go back to that, you can say that the fucking animal didn't know what to do with Hawk when Hawk would go, well, okay.
Yo,
You
let
would,
Mark Briscoe be Mark
you would
Briscoe.
just look at him like, what the fuck? So, I don't know, man. Fuzzy pair, but they don't touch bum ass Baron Corbin. Who the fuck would? Come on. He's doing well on his own.
Sure.
He's doing fine on his own. But yeah, so Briscoe is named as Kyle Fletcher's next match for the TNT Championship. That's going to happen at Wrestle Dream. And then we had Mercedes Moné came out to answer her open challenge. And she has said she wanted a Florida girl. So who came out? Lacey Lane, who is the former Caden Carter in WWE. Looked great. I've always thought she was a very pretty girl. She looked great. She came out. I don't think anybody expected her to actually win the match, but she did come out, and I thought she put on a pretty good match. I mean, it was what it was. It, wasn't horrible. What'd you think?
The only comment I was gonna make, I like her. I feel like she looks like a stripper, but like in the best way possible. But
There's nothing wrong with that.
she actually does have a very distinctive look because like nobody else looks like how she looks right now. Like,
Oh, it's her eyes. She has gorgeous eyes. I don't care if they're fake color or not. She has beautiful eyes.
but and I like the tag team like back when we used to watch NXT with her and fucking Casey Catanzaro or whatever they were called, Katana Chance. I think it was like fucking terrible name. But yeah, I like that tag team. That was cool. What I also thought was funny is like I appreciate it, but like I could understand why it might not be the best thing for like everybody. It's just like you might need to have a talk with Brian Danielson about being too honest on commentary. Because there was at one point in the match where he was like, she Mercedes fucking laid out an open challenge to anyone in Florida. I was hoping for Debbie Malenko, but she's fine too, I guess. Whatever, she's trying her best. And it's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
But he has no filter, dude. He doesn't give a fuck.
He
doesn't care.
I was hoping for somebody better, but hey, whatever. It's like, chill out. Like, you went to the fucking JR School of Commentary, which, God bless him, that's a hell of a person to learn from. But, like,
Fuzzy Bear's comment on Lacey, a fine Filipino. Yes, she is, man. She is gorgeous. Like I said, it's something with her eyes, man. She just turns and she has these. I don't know. I like big eyes. I don't know what it is. And she has big eyes, and they're like, they're blue. She's very pretty eyes. They're almost like mesmerizing. You almost like have like suck you in. Ooh, that would be nice. Anyway,
wouldn't attest to it myself. Wouldn't test.
we could go old school. For some reason, that old drop of Anthony saying, "I'd let Ivory suck me off." Okay, popped in my head. I'd let Lacey suck me off.
God bless, for sure.
Oh, that is one of the oldest. I don't know why that just popped in my head, but that old drop just popped in my head. I probably have it somewhere. Actually, I don't.
The best part is you just like kind of snuck it in there in the middle of a nuanced opinion.
I don't have it anymore, which is the bad part. I can't get this drive to turn back on. It's on here. It's right here. So are all the THT episodes right here, but I can't get this thing to turn on. I will one day. I will one day. All right. Moving on. We have 2 more matches left to again, I'm not going through all these backstage segments anymore. I'm just going to kind of knock out the matches quick, and that's how we're going to keep doing AEW. There's no reason to go through the backstage stuff. If you guys want to see it, you know where to go. You're not stupid. I would never claim you were. So we had another match with Callis on commentary, I believe. Okada and Takeshita versus Brodito. Now, this was a non-title match, obviously. This was a double Jeopardy eliminator match. What?
That's mine.
That was your dog? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, none of my dogs have that deep a growl. A bark. So, due to a pre-existing shoulder injury for Bendito, Brody King kind of carried the match throughout most of this kind of match going on. Okada kind of tagged himself in, so him and Takeshita had a little bit of a kind of what the fuck just happened thing going on, but it did end up being a pretty good match, and that victory earned Okada and Takeshita a shot at the AEW World Tag Team Championships at Wrestle Dream. So they will be going on to do that too. So there you go right there. And that brings us to our main event. Excuse me, folks. Very burpy tonight. Strange. Sorry about that. So our main event was Orange Cassidy against Pac. What's up?
Mm-hmm. Now I will real quick hit you with another gem of commentary from Danielson, which was fucking. He made it somewhat tolerable to listen to Don Callis because at one point Don Callis goes, "Hey Danielson, go ahead and explain the Kohai Senpai relationship in Japan between younger wrestlers and older wrestlers." And Danielson goes on, he explains it like bit by bit of like the younger wrestlers look up to the wrestlers who trained them and was like their mentor, and like they always respect them no matter how old and experienced they get and no matter what they achieve in their career. And he breaks everything down for like 5 minutes, and then he goes, "Yeah, Okada wasn't his mentor." It's like they didn't know each other until they were in this company. It's like fucking right on.
And if you really want that relationship broken down, watch the movie Rising Sun with Sean Connery and Wesley Snipes, because they do break down that same relationship. They actually do. The senpai and kohai relationship. They do. They talk about that a lot in that movie, actually. You ever seen
that? I have not seen it, but it laughed that he just complied with his request and explained in great detail how like respect and admiration factors into the Japanese wrestling scene. And he's like, by the way, they don't respect each other, and he was not his mentor, and fuck off. He's like, all right, cool.
If you've ever watched Daniel Bryan Danielson on anything else like Total Divas, he takes everything very literal. His sense of humor doesn't kick in right away. He takes everything very, very literal. So that makes total sense to me since I've watched him on Total Divas.
I knew that we'd be in for a real treat. Like as soon as he went to AEW, and like one of the very first things he said was that he considered apples to be tree sperm, and I was like, all right, my man is not allowed to. My man is not forced to do any sort of media training anymore. This shit's about to get real weird.
He's just a weird dude. He's just one of those weird guys, but everyone seems to fucking love him no matter how freaky weird he is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not weird in like a creepy, crazy kind of. He's weird in that tree hugger weird way.
Yeah, he seemed like he has the most like pot-headed theories for somebody who doesn't smoke weed, from what I understand.
It might.
Well, yeah, I suppose. But for somebody who's not openly a weed guy, he seems like the most weed guy imaginable.
Maybe he eats it. Might not smoke it, but he might eat it.
It could be.
Could be. Although I wouldn't doubt if a lot of those guys did gummies and stuff, trying to take their pain away without taking drugs.
Sure.
I would not doubt it one bit at all. So we had Orange Cassidy versus Pac here, and I got to be honest here, I was a little surprised with Pac just coming back that Orange Cassidy took a win in this match. I really figured they would have Pac take the win here. Even with a controversial finish, I'd still say it was weird that they gave him the win either way. But I mean, Darby Allin did he did handcuff his ankle. A lot of handcuffs going on in AEW.
Yeah, I think
Why
if you
don't-
like really watch
you know-
AEW, you can sort of kind of zone in on what Tony Khan's kinks are, because almost 80% of the women's roster has a big ass, and there's a lot of handcuff spots. So like,
You know,
fill in the blanks.
you can go to a tactical store and buy this.
Is that what you call it? A tactical store?
Well, you can get them in other stores too, but this key right here actually will open all tactical and law enforcement handcuffs. You can go buy a set of law enforcement handcuffs. I don't know if anybody knows that. You can buy those. You can literally go to, if you find the right place. There's a place in Dallas that I used to go to. It was a gun store, but it was also, I guess you could call it a cop shop. I mean, they sold the fucking gumball lights for the top of your car and everything. You could completely turn your car into a police car if you wanted to.
Okay.
But I decided, I've had this key since I was probably just out of high school. So I wanted to see if it worked. Opened up every fucking pair in that store.
Thanks.
And so the key works. I don't know why none of them just go to I guarantee in Florida you can, and wherever they travel, you can find a gun store. And you can find yourself some fucking handcuff keys. That's all I'm saying. I'd get me a handcuff key. I'd carry that motherfucker in my boot. As much as they use handcuffs in AEW, I'd be the one motherfucker who went, you ain't catching my ass. I got a key, bitch.
That's right.
And I do carry that on my keychain for a reason. I do not want to lose it. I only have one key to my handcuff, and that's where it stays. Just in case. I do know how to pick the lock if I ever have to. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, anyway, yeah, Cassidy rolled him up. And I got to tell you, even with all this going on, I was kind of shocked that Cassidy's not usually the kind of character that would not take a win that way. So I was kind of shocked that he did take the win that way. But I guess a win is a win for a guy who doesn't care, right?
I think the story they were telling was that Pac had gotten the upper hand on him a couple of different times. Like they wrestled a couple of times before and Pac beat him. So he was like just desperate for be able to say that he beat him. So he was going to take it out after he got it. Which, like, yeah, isn't a very face thing to do. But hey, whatever. When, like the idea that you should always want to win regardless, I think.
Yeah. And we also got a close to a Molotov cocktail spot with Darby, because Darby is now a pyromaniac also. So there you go, folks.
I see that ending well.
Gonna be a hot ending, Smark.
What could go wrong?
Hey-yo, hot ending. Hey.
What could go wrong?
I don't know. Sometimes he just seems like he's flaming to me. He's a flaming Cheeto.
So, I guess as we start to wrap things up, two quick asides. First aside, I wanted to comment on it last week, but I didn't get the opportunity to because of various technical issues. It's amazing to me that they have every week, seemingly, Don Callis does a 20-minute fucking promo that goes nowhere and does nothing for anyone. And then last week, I'm speaking of, they did a 20-second segment hyping the collision match where Eddie Kingston said a lot more with a lot less time than fucking Don Callis did. Because literally it was just 20 seconds of just like, oh, hey, Sammy speaks Spanish now. And he rolls his eyes. He's like, all right, I'm going to fuck your man up. and then it's just over. It's like, all right, I want to see this match now. Like, you really didn't need like a whole soliloquy. Like you were talking about with the Hangman promo at the beginning of the show. It's like you can actually, if you know what you're doing, you can get a match over in like 2 minutes. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
And I also, I hate to do it because I don't really like him, and I haven't really liked anything that he's done his entire time there. But if they're going to start doing a gimmick now where Sammy knows like 5 words of Spanish and he just like alternates them in every one of his promos to pretend that he's more Spanish than he is, hats off, because that's actually kind of funny.
Listen. This guy goes home and bangs Tamela. I don't care how much Spanish he knows. Lucky guy.
Which you can't make that part of your gimmick because,
well,
I feel like
Joker Boy basically made banging Anna Jay part of his gimmick for a while.
Mike Bennett, that was his entire gimmick.
Well. Actually, he was Mike Kanellis for a while. He took her last name like a little bitch.
It was literally his gimmick.
I'm a pussy whip motherfucker. That's his gimmick.
Like they won't do it, and I understand why they won't do it. But I just want a gimmick. I want whenever he comes back from his injury, I just want Buddy Matthews' gimmick to be that he's just never upset, and like nobody really knows. Like they don't elaborate as to why, but he's just never upset. Like everybody knows why he's never upset.
We all know why he's not. We all know why. I could never be. I mean, why would anyone ever be if you were him?
He loses. They interview him backstage. Next segment, he's got a smile from ear to ear. He's like, "What? I don't fucking care. Going home.
They could fire me. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fire me."
The fucking anti Shawn Michaels. That man will never lose his smile.
No, he won't. No, he won't.
Oh, and real quick, since we're on the AEW thing, did you hear about the Kota Ibushi injury? Easy for me to say.
I heard during Collision he was carried out on a stretcher, apparent leg injury, knee maybe.
Allegedly, he broke his femur, which means he is going to be out for a long time, probably maybe forever.
The strongest bone in the body, folks, is your femur.
That is the rumor, at least. Which, and I mean, when I say rumor, I mean like it's kind of like credible sites, not even just like eWrestlingNews.biz.
Okay.
Like they're saying that like it's suspected that he broke his femur, and there was a guy who claims to have. Like I take it with a grain of salt because it's fucking people online, but there's a guy claiming to be like a paramedic, so medical knowledge. Allegedly, if he's telling the truth, and he's like, that's the hardest bone to break, and that is one of the hardest bones to fix.
It like I just said, that is the strongest bone in your body is the femur. My brother-in-law fell off a roof doing pressure washing in Florida and actually broke his femur and said it was the worst goddamn pain. Yo, what's up, Luke? Worst pain he's ever felt. So yeah. Well, he also tried to stand up, and he was also probably drinking. He drinks a lot. He was also the same guy who accidentally shot himself in the leg. But anyway.
Yeah, he had a bad landing during his match in Collision. He ended up having to be like stretchered out, and Tony Khan led this like sort of cheer for him, I guess, for lack of a better term. Like, having everybody just be like, hey, send good vibes up to him, hope he's okay, love him, all of that.
Like when
which I mean, yeah, I don't blame him.
It's like when the football player holds up one finger when being carried out, everyone cheers.
I feel bad because at a time he was one of the more entertaining and exciting wrestlers to watch, but he's had a bad run of injuries the last couple of years, and like even coming back from the most recent one, he wasn't quite the same, and now like if he comes back, I can only imagine what that's going to look like and how long it's going to take.
Yeah. Now I will say, and as Luke is saying here, that's a car crash, motorbike crash type of bone to break. He's right, because I believe Jeff Hardy broke his femur when he was doing that dirt bike jump, and he came back.
True.
So it is.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but he's had a lot of injuries already, so you're just adding more shit on top of it.
A lot of injuries, age, wear and tear. There's a lot of factors, variables, I guess you could say. just because one guy came back does not mean the other guy can come back. I totally get that. Not everybody's body is the same. Everybody's had different injuries, but
Yeah.
it is possible for him to make a comeback, and I hope he does.
Yeah, he's one of the more fascinating people because, like, there's a Vice did a little documentary series. I think it was called The Wrestler. So it wasn't Dark Side of the Ring, which, by the way, got renewed for another season. But they were doing it. It was, I believe it was called The Wrestlers, and they were talking about him. And, like, he was one of the people that was on the show. It wasn't dedicated to him specifically, but he says that he learned how to wrestle just by watching wrestling. And he was just like, hey, looked cool, so I decided I was going to do it. And then he just like had no real formal training, and he fucking made it all the way up to like New Japan, and then he made it to AEW. And then he was one of the other things that I find interesting about him is it's become a tale of the century. But he was there for the Cruiserweight Classic in WWE. And he allegedly walked past Vince McMahon, high fived him, and then claimed to not know who he was. And I, honest to goodness, believe him. Which is
I do too.
Like I just can only imagine just like the idea that they pass each other in the hallway. He throws a hand up for the high five and just automatically takes it because it's contagious. He wants to share the moment, and they pass each other and they both go, "Who the fuck was that guy?"
Mm-hmm. That totally sounds like
it's like the fucking
totally
Peanuts
believable.
M&M commercial. It's like the M&M Christmas commercial. Just like when they meet Santa, it's like, who's that guy? Who's that guy?
Who's that guy? Yeah, could be. But yeah, but I mean, it's just, and again, you just brought another Jeff Hardy kind of thing. You got the Hardy Boys who were basically started in their backyard with no formal training, and did make it for a tryout in WWE early when they were teenagers in their career. So, it's kind of the same thing there. So there's a lot of parallels there between him and Jeff Hardy. So. Outside any of the bone in neck or spine, the femur is painful, man. From what my brother-in-law says, at least, the femur hurts like hell. He said it hurt worse than shooting himself in the leg.
I've never really, I can honestly say, I've never really been like super worried about breaking any bones, but I think that might be a new fear to explore for the rest of the night.
Oh, that's a bad one. That's a bad one. I've been very lucky in my life. Jesus Christ, knock on wood. That I've really only broken fingers.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I've never broken anything but all my and a couple toes. But I broke this finger pretty bad. This one right here. This one can do tricks. You can push on it, and you can push down on it, and it locks. See that? Look, lock, 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 lock. And it goes way higher than the others. I broke it playing basketball, and I never fixed it. So it really, like if I put my hand flat and put my fingers right together, this one can go way up. See the difference here? How far back that one goes? This one. I broke it playing basketball, and I never fixed it, and it is so fucked up. Sometimes when I'm using the mouse, it just locks up.
Thanks.
And I have to literally push on it like I did. I have to push on my finger. So I've been lucky. That's really the only thing I've ever done bad. Stitches, I've had stitches all over the place. My knee, my arm, my chin, my back of my head, my legs. I've had stitches all over the place. But luckily, I've never had anything besides fingers and toes break. And kind of proud of that. I have done some dumb shit in my life. I have fallen off of horses. I have fallen off of motorcycles. I have fallen off of fucking... I'm Gen X, so I've fallen off of many playground rides many times. Been flung from that fucking crazy merry-go-round that used to spin us around at 120 miles an hour when some adult would get a hold of it. So, yeah, I have fucked myself up and been very lucky. Saw a lot of my friends come in with casts and stuff, and I've been very lucky not to be hurt. You had any bones?
Not that I know of.
Fingers, toes, nothing?
No, I don't think I've broken any bones.
Oh, yeah, I've broken pretty much all my fingers. whether it's from, like I said, this one was from basketball that I broke a few of them just doing martial arts. It happens. You'll break a finger or two. So I did a couple of those. Toes, stupid, same thing, kicking. Toes, broke a few toes. So I've just been lucky that I've never broken anything that needs to go to the hospital and be surgically repaired. This finger probably should have been, but
Yeah.
yeah, this finger probably should have been. If I put it flat, you'd be amazed how high I can lift that bad boy. It goes about probably an inch off the ground.
Okay, I will say I've never had any broken bones, but what I've had actually could be considered arguably worse. Because at one point, I had a thing that is known as a testicular tusion, which is, yes, it is, if you don't know, it is where they basically get twisted up in the cell. The problem with this was that it happened when I was like 12 or 13.
Oh,
And, well, yes, it's painful enough as it is. I think it was 13. I was going through puberty at the time as it is, so it's like, that sucks. Keep in mind, single parent home, raised by my mom. So
yeah.
I suffered for like a week because I just could not go and tell my mom that my nuts hurt. I was just like, no, we're not doing that. Like, we're going to suffer for a minute. Like, there was several, it hurt like a motherfucker for about a week. And after a while, I was like, no, I got to go to a doctor. My mommy, my balls hurt.
Oh,
That sucked because I was super fucking uncomfortable. And then we had to like go to like a doctor, and then some strange man had to fucking touch my balls, which was great because, you know, being a 13-year-old, that's what every 13-year-old boy wants, is just a strange man to fondle him.
I was 12 years old. I was in 7th grade. I was in a private school. They found out I was Jewish, did not like me at all. One of the kids named Mike something, I forget his last name, walked up to me and kneed me in the nuts so hard that at 9 o'clock at night I was still hurting, and I ended up in the hospital too, and I was afraid to tell my parents. So that happened. And then obviously we did a show a couple years ago called Scrotum Story. I'm still having issues. I'm hurting every time I'm sitting. I'm hurting right now. I'm hurting driving. I hurt. Only time I don't hurt is when I'm lying in bed. That's the only time I don't hurt.
Luke says not broke bones outside of toes, but done soft tissue damage. I was a promising athlete until I was 13 when I fucked my knee up and let myself go.
Oh, my knees are all fucked up. No, his last name was not Mike Hunt. Mike Hunt. That should have been his last name. That should have been. This kid was a dick. He literally, would Heil Hitler in front of me. Like, he was a real douchebag Nazi type guy. 7th grade. This is what I had to go through in 7th grade. 7th grade was the worst year. And I know we promised a shorter show, but 7th grade was the worst year of my school life. In that private school, it was hell. I didn't know that being Jewish would be that bad in a private school, but it was. I was beat up. I had been kicked in the nuts. My sister's car got trashed because she went to the other school. She had people targeting her also because they obviously, if I'm Jewish, she's Jewish. So it was a weird time in my life, but it was very strange for me because it was like I couldn't wrap my head around how people could hate me just because I was Jewish. It just didn't make sense to me. It still kind of baffles me. I guess I understand it a little more now, especially nowadays, especially in 2025. But it was a tough year, man. I got my ass kicked for a whole year, and my parents were paying for it, the school. So I didn't want to waste their money. They had already paid the whole year, so I survived the year and went back to public school. But there were days I was wondering whether I'd make it out of that school. I had 3 or 4 people jumping on me and trying to kick my ass, and When I went back to public school at 13 years old is when I started taking martial arts. I started
See, I was
American
fortunate,
style.
man.
Yeah. Good.
I was gonna say I was fortunate because I was like 6 foot when I was in like fucking sixth grade. Like what happened was
Yeah.
I fucking super quick growth spurt and then just nothing in high school, which made me bummed out. Like I was like 6'2" in like seventh grade and then just nothing else. I thought I was gonna get to be like 7 foot and just I was so fucking bummed out because I was like I wanted to at least be like 6'5", 6'6". I was hoping to be 7 foot, but it's just nothing. No growth spurt, no growth spurt at all. But yeah, it was like
Yeah.
I was just fortunate in that sense of just like being a big human very early. It's just not a lot of people fucked with me because they were just like not that I was a super elite tough guy, but it was just like it was just easier fights.
I was always a skinny, short kid until I hit high school. I was a skinny kid. I mean, I honestly, dude, I think I weighed 165 my junior year in high school.
Mm.
So, I mean, I'm only 200 now. I'm probably more. A lot of beer in here. A lot of beer in this keg. But I mean, I was just always a skinny kid. So I didn't have a good time in school. I was always the smaller kid. I got beat up a lot, but again, once I learned to handle myself, I it only took a couple more guys till people realized I was going to fight back, and I could, and I knew what to do. So the public school kids pretty much stopped messing with me, and right when they stopped messing with me is when I kind of moved to Florida, and no one really fucked with me in Florida. No one really messed with me in Florida, so
So I
that was
just
fine.
realized that like we were in the middle of this like actually somewhat like this earnest like kind of serious discussion. And I just realized I had accidentally left what's his name like Hunt there the entire time
It's all right.
because I just looked down and I see that in the lower third. I'm just like
It's
that's
all right. Yeah, we don't usually do these get to know me conversations here, but this is usually off air. We talk about this shit. So, but yeah, that was my I had I'm not gonna say I had a rough childhood because I did not have a rough childhood. My dad did very well. My mom always had a job. I did not have a rough childhood, but my school life, I guess you could call it, was not easy most of my time. So what the fuck is
Luke, of course,
now you're
says
just
hip
trying
hop
to
or
break the
hemorrhoids.
monotonous. Now you're just trying to break the monotonous of the
So,
seriousness. All right.
we had one. We had just one kid that was just openly Jewish in my school, and like I mean I can't speak to his entire life experience, but as I saw it, nobody really fucked with him. But you know what? Like while you were talking about that, it's gonna sound so fucking stupid, but I honestly think it's the truth. I feel like Adam Sandler did a lot for public relations because I feel like a lot of like by the time when I was in school, like Adam Sandler was already a thing. So somebody was like, they said they were Jewish, and it was like, oh, like Adam Sandler. It's like, yeah, like all right, cool. Like that was about the extent of it. Like you would
Oh,
think
there
because
you
I mean I
go.
went to the school in the South for most of my time in school, but like
Well,
didn't see a
so
lot of anti-Semitism, a lot of homophobia, a little bit of racism, but like not quite anti-Semitism.
well, their anti-Semitism right now is at a fucking all-time high. But um, I don't know. I mean, South Florida is a very, very highly Jewish population, so it's not like I was some freak to them. You know, I mean, there's a reason. I'm the reason they got all those fucking holidays off. Because
Yes,
that's a
we
great
knew
thing
that
about
was.
going to school in South Florida. You get all the Jewish holidays off in South Florida. You don't have to be Jewish. The school is closed because most people are Jewish. So you get all those Jewish holidays off. So that's me, bitch.
Uh,
That's my people helping you out right there. All right. So it's a different thing. It's definitely a little different, but it was different moving to South Florida and not being the only. I mean, there was another. I mean, when I was in North Carolina, there was one other Jewish family in my neighborhood, and that was it. And I knew him. I was friends with him. Him and his brother both. I was friends with both of them. I'm not going to say his name. I do remember his name, but I'm not going to say it. But he was awesome. I used to go over his house during the holidays and Hanukkah and stuff, and spin the dreidel. Eat. Oh my God, we would eat. And his mom made awesome potato pancakes, potato latkes. Oh, they were so good.
Yeah.
All they are, all those are flattened leftover mashed potatoes. All they are, fried. And they are so good. So if you have leftover mashed potatoes, fry them up. They're good. Flatten them, fry them up like a pancake. Ooh, thank me tomorrow. Oh, it is tomorrow some places. Anyway, I think we'll probably take off. Unless you got anything else. Any other
It's like
stories?
6 a.m. ish for Luke, so here's to cheers.
Yeah,
Actually,
definitely, man.
Actually, I do have something else, unless they really truly fuck this up. I believe the Cubs are about to win, so suck it, Luke. But thank you for joining us, Luke.
All right, way to go, Cubbies.
Yeah,
So there you go. There you go. We will try to be back here at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time next week. I apologize for us being late. We'll do our best. I guess I need to maybe try to find another one of these. I don't know. We seem to get in here fine after all the problems. But anyway, folks, we're going to... Oh, it's only 5:10 in the morning for Luke right there. Luke, good morning, and thank you for listening. 5:10 in the morning. Holy shit, man. You're a fucking trooper, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we will definitely be back here. Like I said, we were late, but we were here tonight. And I'm glad Smark didn't have any issues and was able to hang with me all night here. It was good conversations tonight, man. I like the kind of like the end there with some actual life shit going on.
Yeah, that was earnest. No,
Yeah. So I think that's all we. There you go. Go Cubs, go. So, all right, folks. I've got nothing else. Mark, anything?
No, I think that's going to do it.
All right. Tell them where they can find those archives.
For sure. Go ahead and check out Totally Inappropriate Team Sports on the YouTube. Fucking 4 or 5 years or so. I'm not exactly sure when the YouTube episodes started going up, but years upon years of content of just all kinds of sports talk and the racism stuff from earlier. There's plenty of that there, so go ahead and check us out.
It was just one little fucking joke, dude. One.
Oh, we had plenty. We had plenty in our time.
I think I've done one of those in like 5 years. One.
Oh, I've done significantly more than you have. I'm not trying to
Exactly.
judge.
I should get a pass. I should get a pass here. I hope I get a pass here, folks. Anyway, thanks everybody for listening. Thank you, chat room. Thank you, fucking Luke, for fucking coming in here in the morning. Greatly appreciated, sir.
Absolutely.
And
Love you, Luke.
That's it. Just thanks everybody. Greatly appreciated. We will do our best to be on time next week, but we'll get this taken care of. So y'all enjoy the weekend, because it's already Friday in a lot of places. So enjoy the weekend. Be safe, and we will see you next week.